Greetings, greetings. Peace and love and light. Oh, man. Just currently, one thing I love to do is I love stargazing. It's one thing I've always loved doing. I feel like since I was young, I've always loved stargazing. I always felt like it was something more greater than just being here. I always look at the stars at night and looking up. And then there's a song I love by Earth, Wind, and Fire called Keep Your Head to the Sky. Should definitely go listen to that song. It's beautiful, good, loving, high vibrational music. Uh, but, you know, if it don't, a lot of the videos and stuff that I create, again, it's messages that spirit, the divine gives me to share with the divine souls that are led to my channel, and let's give an honor to the ancestors, known and unknown, to source, the creator, all in one. I always share with y'all about these shifts. It's like when we speak of as above, so below, that's like as we're resting and in our slumber or whatever. And for those that do know, like, those that speak about, we speak about like astro traveling and visions and dreams and, you know, just so many things being interconnected and also outwardly. There is things, when I say the shift, so many things are happening in the stars and in the ethers. Like, it just went from 30 something degrees in certain places to like 70. And it's supposed to like entering like what we know as the winter solstice. And for those that don't know, I'm not, again, uh, if it doesn't resonate, let it fly. I'm not asking for anything in my videos or anything that I share for anyone. We don't care for people. It's never personal, it's vibrational. That being said, we just entered the winter solstice, and the 25th um, is the rising of the sun, and great wisdom being poured into the souls and great things being shared in our visions. For those that do know, a lot of these things are prophecy for you, a lot of your visions. Spirit keeps showing me how it's like how could I say, a lot of us are coming, we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and we're letting go and severing ties from the old. A lot of us in these moments pay very close attention to uh, staying grounded, centering yourself, and you know, listening to your ancestors, getting a dream journal if you have to, amongst other things. What I keep seeing, or what I've been shown, is that the roadways, there's something about the highway. And this is not to scare people or anything, but the roadways, I feel, are really going to get, it's going to get a lot, it's going to get hectic. I was just shown visions of fire, a lot of stuff, because there's so much happening in the world, shifting and people moving, and so much, uh, them not realizing, like, when we enter the winter solstice and we're in a season that's called harvest. This is a moment where we're harvesting, where we're reaping our harvest, and where we're being called to rest. And see, this is not to throw shame on anything, but or really, it's some people that are coming into this awakening. You'll realize that, or what you're being called into spiritually is that nothing grows in the winter. Things are what we call dead or fallen away. That being said, the new for some in certain countries or here, people know the new year as being they call it January, but truthfully nothing is growing. The winter solstice here, meaning that it's things are falling away, again, dying or, letting go of being released. And then in other places, and what I feel like it's the southern hemisphere or certain places, it's summer. But here, nothing grows until the spring. So that's what, we celebrate, or what we call as the spring, yeah. Is it, yeah, spring solstice. Is it called the spring solstice? Yeah, I feel like, yeah. Where everything begins to blossom and grow again. So we're in a season of reaping the harvest from, it could be years ago or certain things from seeds that we planted. But a lot of which people are in a rush. And I'm telling you, y'all, I'll be letting y'all know, this is just to share with people that are being called here. Some of us are being called to be still and shift and get ready to move and stay in that high vibration, because it's going to get it's going to get very interesting. Because you can tell that by even mother Gaia, like looking at the weather, certain things being manipulated, tampered with, but Mother Gaia is really going to push back, and that's what we're seeing. It's just no one really knows in a way of, well, some not really know the unknowingness or in trying to embrace the unknown, but those that are not in tune with embracing the unknown, there's a lot of chaos that's going to be happening for them. Like I kept seeing visions of people like in a rush, car wrecks, certain stuff on highways that were exploding. I'm like, what is going on? But this is also a part of what the Most High is saying, the judgment is because people haven't been, listening. So you know how people go panic and run to the stores and people run and go do this. Then you're seeing a recall on certain foods. Then you're seeing this push of more fear and, all this, manipulation on, TV and all these things, which is, again, is beyond our control. And then, these phases, certain things happening. I know it's something that's upon, like, spirits he putting in my soul. I release it and share it because those that are drawn to this, they know. You know, I'm letting you know, like, if you're being called, get ready, pack light, because things are happening and they're happening swiftly. Like, I mean, from one day the wind is blowing, like, I listen to the wind, I listen to nature. The other night I was out here and it was like 9 or 10, just like in it late. I never witnessed until that moment, like, what do they call it? Geese. I can hear geese in the distance. And I'm like, geese flying over at night? But Spirit is like, it's like a warning. I'm telling you, yo, as much as every time that I keep telling myself is that Spirit said, is be still, be at peace. You'll know when to move. You'll know when to shift. And I'm not the only one that shares messages like this. There are others, because some of us are going to have to go be. Some people are knowing where they're going to be headed. Like shifting, because a lot of stuff is really about to unfold. A lot of people are not going to sit back and, in the school systems, and because I'm telling you, a lot of stuff is falling right before our eyes, right in this reality. Again, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's just you're seeing a great divide, but in essence, it's a great gathering. I saw visions of certain floods or certain things rising in certain places where people live by rivers, and not realizing that those waters someday will rise. Um, it just amazes me like how Spirit is just revealing these things, and a lot of us, I share with y'all, like, again, this is a part of divine order where you are in tune, where you are called to listen and be still, even if you're in, a meditative state, or even if you're, you're being called to do a dream journey. You will realize when you look back at these things that they were very significant. Even if you're being called to fast certain days, because that could prepare you for who knows what. Or if you're being called to eat light, as your body shifts in the sin, if you're being called to work out and prepare, yo, I'm telling you, like, it's you. People really never know. That's why you always got to be ready, and that's what really is the unknown. But it's always stay in those high vibrations. You'll know what to do in those coming moments. And again, this is to be shared. This could be timeless for some, but there's a saying like you know, I come, or what is that saying? Like something like I come in it like a thief in the night. Like, yo, I remember certain things like that. I'm like, yo, you never know when, like, people that had those tornadoes or certain, when Mother Nature will strike. People really never know. And so all I'm saying is, man, just stay in high vibrations, and cherish every moment with everyone. Like that's the greatest thing of all these things that I'm sharing is love. Is valuing love. Because no matter what happens and unfolds, always keep that love. Hold dear, hold on to love. Like Sade say, hold on to your love. Because these moments that's coming, man, I'll let you know about me. Like when I was being in California, I don't know, like things would come across my mind. Spirit be like, just imagine these shelves that was empty. I was like, what? I'm like, why is this coming to me right now? They was like, no, just imagine these shelves being empty, people panicking. Like that shit, y'all be watching on Netflix or certain movies. I'm like, bruh. But for those, again, there are, you know that you've been led here, or certain things that's gonna happen. You are being removed and replaced and aligned to where, again, things are gonna happen, but it's beyond your control. It's beyond our control right now. It's how we respond to it. Like, I'm telling you, certain places where I've been at, people just like practicing. The only thing I do, like certain places, like I just hear people practicing, like just shooting. I'm like, and it's like people are really getting prepared. It's like that's how I'm saying it. I know I'm not the only one. It's like people just getting prepared. Like they're getting prepared for who knows. And I'm like, man, but the truth is, it's like people have been so selfish. They've been so caught up in greed and so being misguided by man. And I'm telling you, the pride comes before the fall. The pride comes before the fall. I've been in numerous places and I see why certain things had to happen to me. I'm letting y'all know. I don't blame nothing or point the finger at no one. I see why the Creator, the Most High, just the divine placed me on a path where I had to experience being on the street or being in a car or even meeting the people that had more of a loving spirit that were out on the street rather than people that you will see in the store or that have all this money or whatever else and won't even share. And the thing is, it's not knowing that these very things that we're given can always be stripped away. It's not wishing something on people, but it's to show people, like, to have gratitude, to be grateful for the simple things that you have. Like, man, it's Spirit keep telling me that, like, these people have no idea. It's like the silence before the storm. They have no idea what's about to come to this land. Whew. And all I keep seeing is like the ancestors rising up. I kept seeing the ancestors rising up from that, like that, not only like the ashes, but it was like smoke coming from the earth. It's like these spirits rising up to, and it's almost like a angel of vengeance in a way. Not revenge, but it's like, man, I couldn't put into words. It's something that it's one sister shared with me, those that are, spirit led and knowing the importance of covering your ears, covering your crown. Because, man, as much as people don't realize that this is a spiritual warfare, man, it's like stuff gonna be released into this world, and people have no idea that it has nothing to do with this physical shit. Like the same energy, same stuff people put out there, I be letting y'all know, like, a lot of stuff ain't meant to be tampered with. And we're called, many of us are called, what's that saying? Yeah, few are called, many are called, but few are chosen. Again, this is not this ain't got shit to do with fear. This got to do with love. And more I keep seeing signs of people coming into their awareness. I keep seeing signs like of the phoenix. I keep seeing signs like collectively people are seeing these things. Yeah, man. It's, no, man. I just, like I said, I sit here, I just be still, but I look at the stars as a reminder of something greater. Um, and again, this is just things I share, and again, it resonates with some. If it doesn't, let it fly. Just have no attachment. But like I'm saying, man, it's the signs is right in front of people. You really don't have to look anywhere. A lot of stuff is really right in front of you. Like, I don't even know how I ain't got bit by a mosquito in a long time. For some way, somehow, one found me, and I'm like, well, it was a little warm today. And I'm like, bro, it was just cold. And then here I am all of a sudden seeing butterflies and bees in winter. Man, y'all better, I'm telling you, brother. Oh, man. Man. Have you ever imagined, like, the same survival skills that your ancestors used and had, like, um, when they were, in these moments? They also, like, these are things that have been passed through generations. I was expressing to someone, like, um, how what's that? How some of our ancestors, they would especially indigenous or that were native to this land, they would migrate or live near water because water was like the resource, of everything, and water was life to give life to everything on earth. So, I realized a lot of some of the places I went to that people lived near the river, like they had these houses. I'm like, bro, I can only imagine like how much the insurance or something. And it's no different than people like staying on the coast. I remember out in the coast in Cali, I would go out there and I would see how like the waves were crashing, like the waves were crashing so hard, and then you start to see these houses fall because of the erosion. And I'm like, yo, there's nothing that can stop the force of Mother Gaia or the water. And I just keep seeing these visions of so much water, and I'm like, yo, do people really know? And I'm like, I feel like certain places that they're going to be protected in certain ways, but then it's Spirit keeps saying, look, for anything to be birthed and then birth anew, or for a new, it has to be, the old has to be removed. Water is a sign, if you have visions of water, is a sign of cleansing and transformation and a sign of rebirth. That which is like a fire too. Fire is a sign also, it's like of rebirth and transformation, through the fire, through the soul. All these elements play a major part and really are all the same. The importance of all of them is that like the air as well, because the air actually plays a major part in the movement for all of them. So my ancestors, well, they just like, a lot of us are given this wisdom because in these coming moments, like some of us are going to be guides for other people or for our own guidance for our own protection. And that's just like what it is. But a lot of these things in these moments is going to be like, it's like when you come to this spiritual awareness and what they call awakening, you also get activations within your DNA that's always been there. And so that's just like, people do a bonfire, but I'm like, bruh, ancestors been doing that. Or people, doing, just certain things that they're not realizing. Like, what if you did have to use those things in a certain moment? Or what if you did have to return to these things? And I always share with people, I'm like, bro, y'all laugh at the people on the street, but they know what it is to survive in a way to where, like, they know how to be out there, in certain areas and know what it is to build. But again, the upside to all of it all is that how many people are really ready for natural disasters or things that happen unexpectedly, and then how many are really consumed by you know these social media outlets or certain things that, again, if something happens, how many really are prepared? And so it's, I don't know, certain moments I be wanting to share certain things with y'all. Yeah. I try to get a video out as much as I can possibly, but you know, it's all love. But I was even meeting people like it was just interesting. Like they already knew. One sister I remember meeting in Ohio, she was telling me how I think she was at a grocery store or something. And she was like, "Yeah, I had a vision. I had to pack up, and she said she had to get a canoe or something. Something she had. She said she had to get. She had to just be ready." And I'm like, damn, like y'all stay by this river. I said, y'all don't never like people. Do people know like anything can happen? But it's interesting, man. I can feel it though. It's like a birth, man. I don't feel like you don't gotta be no woman, but it's like a birthing of like really you can feel the shift. It's like a birthing of a new. Like you can feel it. I can feel it. I know I'm not the only one. I can feel it, man. And then what? For those that are into astrology, Taurus just went into North Node, and Taurus is all about grounding energy, Earth sign, stability. And just imagine, like, you see how certain things happen in the world. You know how many people right now looking for stability, especially if tornadoes or natural disasters happen. Yo, it's beautiful though, cause we're in Aquarian age. So all these things just like serves its purpose. And then we having what? It's Virgo retrograde. Oh my goodness, man. There's a lot of stuff going on, y'all. I just wanted to share that though before I lay it down. For those that do know, like they are in tune, listen to those nudges. Some things you're gonna have to put your pride aside for because some people are meant to come together for now it's all divinely orchestrated, but spirit is like it's really for the protection for not just yourself but for families or tribes. Like certain people are going to be guided. Some of us are going to be helping other people be guided and put in place to where it's for protection. Like I said, when I was in Cali, I saw a lot of stuff when I've been traveling. Like I saw shit that people, they don't ever think it can happen in certain places, but I see it happening. I see more and more people paddling up on the street. And then, like when I was in Cali, bro, people running in stores and grabbing shit, stealing or whatever it is, that was nothing to them. That's a whole nother world. That's nothing. Like, I was telling one of my bros, I was like, bro, they got neighborhoods out there. They call it Tent City. I was traveling with certain partners and stuff. And I was like, man, do you see the reality of what's really going on out here? Seeing families with their kids. It was we in Arizona or somewhere? And I'm talking about it was like, it, it was like some fucking Twilight shit because it was a big cemetery. And then not too far from the cemetery, it was people like camping, like they were camping out there. They were living right like on the outskirts of the cemetery. I was like, ain't it some shit? I was like, whoa. And then like this is what's not televised though. I said, man, y'all see how they pushing all this shit about this virus or this and all this bullshit. I'm like, bro, it's so many more people out on the street that has been affected by this whole, by all this shit who like why should I even care about that? Why should we even care about it? It's so man, they got they got villages out there, people living on the street. I'm telling you. And it's only growing. It's nothing they can do. I'm talking about in some of the most beautifulest places that people want to travel to, such as Cali, Oregon, Texas, all these places, and yet I'm sitting here and like, bro, there's so much land out here, and this is the bullshit. This is the illusion people like living in. You get bamboozled trying to live in the city. Do you not see the reality and the illusion and the trap and all that shit? Run to the city. Everything's in the city. And again, it's a balance for some. It's neutral. But man, when I say I sit here listen to my Marvin Gaye and that song, listen to the song called Inner City Blues, and he just like, man, brother. Mm. Everybody thinks we're wrong. But who are they to judge us? But I'm telling you, man, you notice how you don't even gotta go far, but everybody runs to the city. They run to the city. And then you see the most everything that's going on there. And well, a lot of people don't realize a lot of that shit, a lot of stuff happens there in the city because people are so in a rush. And I'm telling y'all, man, y'all gotta see how the world is being affected by all of this mentally. You know, they can, I don't give a fuck what they post on TikTok and YouTube and portraying this, oh, I'm so happy, oh, I'm so, bro, y'all, look, sisters and brothers, y'all better get with it. Some of these people like on edge. I'm talking about, they probably going through depression. They're probably suffering from anxiety. They're probably, mental disorder. Just going through, all types of things, and not speaking about it. These are some really, uh, some of us, man, it's important for us to not dim our lights, but it's important to dim our lights. I mean, no, it's important to keep our light bright, but at the same moment, keep a distance. Because, man, you can really see the woo. Some of these things, man, I be watching, observing on these platforms. I'm just like, yo, it's so much being exposed. Like you gotta just know. I be telling people, bro, you got to trust and surrender right now, and know that things are just gonna happen when you just release, breathe, and let go. Let go of the trying to figure out if this is gonna happen. Right now, let me tell you, a lot of people don't know what their future holds. Cause some people are really walking into their destiny right now. And that destiny could be either with themselves, in meeting just new people, or with very few or selected people and never looking back. I'm telling you, I've been seeing people moving, people gonna be shifting to different countries, islands and stuff because I'm telling you, yo, it's some stuff about to happen here, man. And no one can run from it. Like I keep hit the signs of just like it's so many signs. And it cannot be ignored, but it's just more of just breathing, meditating. Now I see why Spirit be like, just be still, just rest. Do a few things to be active, but also stretch, do some yoga, just do some things that, keep you, loose, breathing, staying hydrated. Man, do y'all not see it, bro? More and more stuff being pushed out there than these kids in the schools. Then one minute they can go, then one minute they cannot. Then I look at the NBA, all these protocols. Then you look at how all these stuff's being recalled and food. Then you seeing like people out there, they getting into arguments. They just, bruh. And a lot of, again, I'm just sharing y'all from what I observe and what I see. But I tell myself not to be absorbed by it. But I'm seeing the shift. That's what I'm seeing. A lot of it is what I'm seeing that's happening. It's a part of the old. A lot of this stuff is being exposed purposefully. Again, this has nothing to do with scarcity. This has everything to do with walking into destiny and living in harmony and creating that life with others that want to live in that. I see beautiful things as well from the upside. I see people, beautiful things, people buying land, people coming together, getting acres, doing their own thing. Like, there's always a polarity to an upside to everything. But these moments, I'm getting like this, the way I'm seeing the stars align is the Virgo being in retrograde, and then you also have the is it what is it, Virgo and Capricorn or something, and then the Taurus, North Node. A lot of this stuff has to do with self care. A lot of which it's like a balance in how you know everything is neutral right now. Just as much as people are rushing out there and rushing into things, creating chaos, you have just as much as people focus on co-creating or, self-care, self-love, because Taurus is in North Node. A lot of this stuff now is that we're focusing on those that are in tune, legacy. And legacy in abundance can also mean practicing self-care, self-love, foundation for generations. I observe and see people on TikTok with their kids and family. I'm like, I keep seeing people how they want to portray like they're so happy. But y'all, nobody really knows what happens when those cameras not on, when those phones and people are not recording. No one really knows what goes on in someone else's home. I've learned to just call my energy back to me, pull my energy back, and listen to what, you know, I'm being guided to do in these moments. It may not make sense to nobody else. And that's okay. But miracles always happen. Everything is happening as it should. Just know that. Cherish. I just saw someone post and someone I knew, they just attended 2 funerals in the same cycle, like week. And I'm sitting here like, bro, I don't have the energy. My ancestors, like, we don't have the energy to be sit here and be holding no type of fucking grudge or having no type of nothing against nobody right now, no vendetta or anything. But we also call it like we see it. I share what I feel that needs to be shared. It don't have to make sense to nobody, but I share it because, again, it's the love is what's being emitted from my heart to share. It may, certain parts of this may resonate with some, certain part may resonate with, but it's purposeful. It'll come full circle. But I don't know. I saw another. It's like, I'm gonna tell you, it's so interesting. It's like we just ancestors and now we just chilling. I ain't even gonna fret with y'all, bruh. Like, I've been big chilling right now. I've been just staying to myself because you can feel the shift, and it's like, you ever sit back and be like, watch somebody about to fight, or you be like, man, as you grew up in the hood somewhere, you be like, bruh, something about to pop off, and then boom. And I'm like, man, wow. I just been sitting back, listening to, there's so much happening, man. I be in that space of like, I just want to be to myself. I don't want to be bothered with nobody. Then I be in that moment where everybody feel like, man, this solitude or certain places where you at, depending on where you are on your journey. Like, oh, I just want to, man, look. I know I ain't the only one. I'm about ready to just, ain't no telling where I'm about to be, bruh. Don't come looking for me. I feel like what Janae Aiko say, don't come looking for me. I'm about to go vibe to that. Cause man, when you've experienced so much of like peace and serenity and just that solitude can become addictive, boy. God, nobody. I don't care who it is. You don't even want to hear nobody say nothing. And you just be wanting to go somewhere like I just want to listen to the ocean. I just want to listen to the water. You know, if you are lucky enough to be in the presence of someone or just be with yourself, man, cherish it. Cherish these moments. Give gratitude for the experience that you have with everyone right now. It ain't even so much if it's even if people are going through something that you may not understand that they're going through. Just just know it's don't ever take it personal. Make the best be the rainbow in their storm right now if you can. And then also know when to go pour into yourself. Man, I don't know, man. It's so much happening, bro. I be this video, a lot of this stuff be all over the place, but okay, that's me. I love me. I share things with y'all, man. But some moments I don't know when. I don't know after this. I don't know when y'all may receive a video from me because it's yeah. I love you. I appreciate y'all. All the supporters of whomever it is. Uh, I love you all. Appreciate you all. I'm grateful for everyone, the viewers, anybody that whatever you do, share or however you do it. Man, look, it starts with me, but it's also I'm sending you love, light, and clarity. And remember, you are your light and your darkness. And cherish these moments, man. Cherish these moments with you, with whomever, because be ready. Like, be ready to walk into your purpose, man. I'm telling you, the Creator, the Divine has a way of miracles. I can feel it. You know, I saw a yellow butterfly today, and it was just everything. You know, a lot of stuff is to remind us of the goodness, of the good fortune, and the joy and happiness that's already here within us. But Spirit sends us reminders. So even in this moments, all the things that I've shared with y'all, like I said, hold on to love because that's what the ancients speak about. You know, always keep that love close to you more than anything. That love will guide you through all. That light will guide you through everything upon your path. And no matter what you experience, remember self. You have to keep learning self as if a baby, was being birthed into this earth. And then also it's like, you growing through the process of being inside of your a womb and then you're coming out being birthed again. It's like rebirth over and over again. But and laugh more. Live, love, laugh like as much as you can and create these moments are very vital. Every moment we have, we're creating a legacy. I'm grateful. It's like as I'm saying this, it's like one day these videos, like when I'm no longer here on this earth, like these videos will continue. Someone will be listening to that. How fucking amazing is that? It's like I feel like that's when a lot of people you really start living. Is I always say is when you know there is no fear of death. That's when you really awaken to the reality of knowing like, look, it's going to happen to everyone, but it's nothing to fear. And so, yeah, it's a celebration, man. It really is. But man, I would share that I share that with my partner and share that with so many other people or my reflections. I'm like, man, look, when spirit has guided you to share whatever it is your message is here, I don't care what people do because who am I to say what they're doing is right or wrong. I can feel a ways about it, but that's who they are. That's their free will. In the same moment, it's like when I self-reflect on my life, my art, everything, or just anything, I'm sitting here like, man, so many people will sit there, they will admire that. Even if people don't like it, it will still touch many lives and many souls and connect with people after we're not here. So if anything that you learn from this video and the videos that I've created is be your authentic self, man. Let your soul shine. Live, love life on purpose. Live from your soul, from the depths. I'm talking about all the way from the darkest and deepest depths where that fire burns, and let that shit roar. Like, let it out. No matter how it comes out. Let that weirdness, let that courageous lioness or lion, unicorn, dragonfly, whatever you want to be, let it express itself. You let that imagination run wild. And I'm telling you, man, like, every moment is creating is a moment of forever. So I don't know. It's, man, have fun and have fucking fun doing it. That's all my concern be right now. Like, just have fun doing it while you're doing it. We see so much of the world going through so much, man. Somebody go have fun. Let it be authentic too, not this bullshit we be seeing on these social media. Go be fun. Go have fun with yourself, with others, and just vibe out. Be the vibe. Know that you are your own vibe. I'm my own vibe. I don't even be worried about if somebody gonna do shit. I'm my own vibe. My light so bright that even if it attracts something dark, guess what? It's so bright it'll blind their ass. They can't help but to be consumed by the light. For real, like, yeah, you can, but you got to know that when you come over here, you gonna, like, that love it's gonna touch you, and it's gonna change you. And remember that too. Remember that you have, it's just as much as people in this world may have, for every reason they find not to like you, or even come to hate or whatever. Who cares? Because you know that you have touched just as many hearts in this world with your love, just by simply being who you are. And it's the simple things. Honor that. Like, again, I share stuff with y'all because it's what I'm called to do. But at the same moment, man, have fun. Have fun learn to dance in the rain. Learn to dance through your storm. No matter what happens in this world, even if a storm comes, a tornado, or something's wiped out, guess what? Dance through it. Knowing that you can build your own house. Knowing that you can help someone else build their own house. Knowing that you can have a memory and say, hey, I didn't give up. All right? Infinite love, infinite blessings, infinite covering, divine protection and love. Peace and blessings to you all. Shalom.